in Armenian culture, I get the sense that it's like tougher to be like a daughter. Like it's tough to like bring a boy around or
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Oh, yeah. I mean, my dad was not as strict as the average Armenian dad, I would say. But yeah, it's like, I feel like dating an Armenian guy stereotypically, or like having an Armenian brother, it's like you have a curfew and like everyone's checking to see what you're wearing before you leave the house, and a lot of micromanaging of the daughters. Yeah,
and so
for sure.
Did you go to Glendale High School?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to Glendale High, and I feel like I always was in this weird limbo because I was never like Armenian enough for the Armenian people that I went to school with, but then I wasn't anything else. And like, you know, the Armenian, I mean, not the Armenian, just like high school is like very segregated in a way. It's like all the Asian people are sitting together and all the Armenian people are sitting together. And then the Armenian people are divided up by like Armenian people who were like born in Armenia and then Armenian people who came here from Iran. It's like, it's so weird. I mean, I don't know if it's still like that because this is like more than 10 years ago.
Just tons of cliques and different.
Yeah. So I was like hanging out with the kids in student government and then would kind of just bounce around.
Were you in student government?
Yeah, I was in student government all 4 years.
Did anything?
I was secretary my senior year. I was like most spirited.
How much money was in the account? And did you steal any of it?
No, I actually don't know if they ever gave me access to any accounting. I don't know what was my job as secretary. I think I like mostly took roll call, but yeah, I felt important being elected something.
And so when you think back to your, I don't know, senior year in high school, and then you look at yourself now, like, did you have any inkling that you'd be Lena The Plug?
Absolutely not. I mean,
what did you want to be in high school?
I didn't have like anyone guiding me into what happens after high school. I think the only message that was sent my way was like school, and I was good at school. So go to college, because no one in my family had gone to college. So I was like, okay, I just have to get in. So I got into UC Santa Cruz, went up there, and I picked psychology. I like had no idea what I wanted to do, and I really enjoyed it. But I mean, I would have never guessed that I'm doing what I'm doing now, except for that I've always been open sexually. Like I was down to kiss girls, and even high school, I had a girlfriend in college. You know, experimented sexually, was maybe a little promiscuous, but yeah, I was always just down. But I like also, like, I didn't shave my legs. I didn't wear makeup. Like I did like the super hippy dippy, like all natural thing. And then to see myself, you know, getting my hair and makeup done by professionals, and then walk into a set where I'm like, my job is to look hot and have, never would have thought that. Yeah. You know, it's just so opposite of my college experience.
And was that like when you got to that decision where you're like, okay, I'm going to like put this on film? Was that tough? Were you worried? Were you concerned?
Well, I feel like everyone starts with sort of baby steps. I have heard girls say like, oh, I just decided I was going to shoot porn. My first scene was a gangbang. But that is not how it usually goes. Usually it's like, oh, I'm going to take a couple of photos online, and then like, oh, well, this might be cool too. Let me try this. But in the beginning, I was just taking photos in bikinis, and then like got followers on Instagram because it was kind of easy to grow on Instagram back then.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, oh, do you want to have a private Snapchat? Which seems so outdated now, but you would basically just charge someone to be your friend on Snapchat, and then you would post something sexy to your story and they could access it. So that's how I got started. So this was like pre-OnlyFans.
And how was the money on private Snapchat?
My first month I made like $32,000, and I had like 50,000 followers on Instagram back then. So it was really good. And this is like, you know, I've graduated, I had a degree, I was making like $10 an hour doing a regular job, and I was like 15 grand in debt. So I was like, this is kind of cool, but I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. Like I felt like I had somehow hacked life for a second, and that someone was going to take it away from me tomorrow, because this shouldn't be allowed to be this good. Especially back then I was taking photos of my boobs, which they weren't even this nice yet. So yeah. But every year has gone a little bigger, a little more successful, a little better. And, you know, I met Adam right before I actually launched my private Snapchat. And so he's always been the person in all of my content, just because he was the person I was having sex with. So I turned him into a porn star, even though usually it's like the boyfriend turning the girlfriend into the porn star.
Right.
And then obviously last month, a scene that I did with someone else came out, but that's like, you know, that's 7 years later.
Right.
I can't believe I've been doing this for 7 years. It feels
weird. It's a long way to get to Jason Love.
Yeah, it took a long way. Yeah. Everyone is named Jason, by the way.
Everyone is
This
named
is the
Jason.
second podcast I've gone on where
I know.
the
Who's the other
host is
one?
named Jason. Jason Lee.
Jason Lee.
Yes, he
Don't know
does
him.
Hollywood Unlocked, but just like I was
How-
like, bye Adam, I'm gonna go see Jason, and he looked at me funny, and I was like, Jason Nash. So
How many podcasts do you have now?
oh, I just have the one with Adam, the Plug Talk
What's
podcast.
whatever? Is that yours?
Oh no! I went on someone
you were
else's
just a
pod-
guest. Oh, I
yeah, I was a
watched it.
guest.
Oh, I see,
It's
I see.
this guy Brian Atlas's podcast. He basically put us, me, Adam, and then another OnlyFans girl with these religious conservative people who were trying to convince us that we need to follow Jesus and repent. Which I mean, they were super nice. I was almost convinced based on how kind they were. But yeah, I mean, it's
You're
just.
like, Adam, we got to make some changes. These people are right.
Oh yeah, they're like, Adam needs to be saved. He is Satan.
So they wanted you to drop what you're doing and do what?
I think they were just trying to convince me that like my relationship with Adam would be so much better if we only had sex with each other because sex is so sacred to them. And
What do you think of that?
I just don't think I came from a scene. I just like, it doesn't even faze me. I'm like, well, we had sex with this beautiful girl. Like she walked in and I was like, holy shit, she looks even better than she did online. Like
Yeah.
I get to have sex with her. I get to watch Adam enjoy having sex with her, and he really liked it. I could tell this time. I was like, oh, she's extra special. And it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It brings us closer. Like we're going to go home tonight and we're going to think about how we had sex with this really hot girl today.
Uh-huh.
And the fact that we could have that conversation and it's not like this weird jealous thing, I think is cool.
Yeah. I feel like mentally I could get there. But I would be afraid. I'm afraid to. I think is really what it is. Like if my fiance wanted to have like somebody else in the bedroom, like
Would you be open to a girl?
I would. It doesn't make me jealous, but what scares me is the back end of it. So it's like you say it's fine now,
Yeah.
but then 2 weeks from now it's not. That's my fear.
I mean, Adam and I had bumps in the beginning,
Yeah.
but it was more like we're dating and I don't know our true status. I don't know if you really like me. And so when I bring another girl into the bedroom, like she really is my competition in a way, because you could start seeing her instead because we just started seeing each other. Like we don't have this super established thing yet. But as time went on and I knew that we were like really committed to each other, I had a lot less jealousy in the relationship,
You felt secure.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
Right.
totally secure. And I think that's why Adam was able to let the Jason Love thing happen, because he knows I'm his.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you watch the scene?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, good. Because I'd feel really awkward if you did.
I haven't watched it. I don't
mean,
I don't watch anybody's like. I have friends that are on. I don't.
you're not sub to Corinna?
No.
You don't know what she's doing on
I'm
there?
sub to Joe Volpus.
Wait, who's that? Oh, wait. Isn't that a guy?
Joe's our friend he's a guy. He started an OnlyFans, and I went on and I wanted to support him, so I bought $35 worth of pictures one night. And
Did you look through all of them?
Yeah. I looked at them. I showed my fiance. They're very tame.
Okay.
And I felt really good about it. And then the next day I got a DM about feet pics, and I closed the laptop. I was like, okay,
That was too much for you?